Everyone. Welcome to my assignment for 5-minute screencast. Today I'm going to be going through my assignment for doing a demo of the website itself, as well as going through my code. I'm also going to be explaining my progress that I've made since assignment 3, and yeah, just doing a little bit of background on my assignment 4 basically. So yeah, I'm going to start off by showing you guys my assignment 3, just so that you guys can see the progress that I've made on my website. So obviously my assignment 3 doesn't look as good. My navigation bar is really ugly and big on my assignment 3, going up and down instead of sideways. However, everything seems to have worked in my assignment 3. Also, my table is a very ugly table in my assignment 3, and I don't have as much buttons to click on my navigation bar. And then so going into my assignment 4, basically my goal for this project was to create a better UI design for everything. Um, Going into my code, my assignment 3, as you can see through with all these files over here, I did not. All my products are on different PHP files. Going into my assignment 4, I put all my products into one PHP file. This helps reduce the redundant data in my project. I also added all my images into an image folder so that it takes up less room. All right, so going into the demo of my website, as you can see, I have my title up here. 420 Glass Shop is the name of my company. On the home screen, I've also added in a little bit of a description about my company, and I've also managed to put in moving GIFs into my homepage so that there's a little bit of a moving element and it looks a little bit nicer. Um, and then next, I have all my products on the navigation bar. I have down stems, bowls, bongs, and other accessories. Um, so when you look at each of these, I also have a purchase button on the bottom now. Um, Included on these are my error messages. So if I were to submit something that is not a number and press enter, I'll get an error message that says the quantity needs to be a number. And yeah, basically you can also edit the cart by putting in 0 or 1, 2, or however many items that you want. Um, and then here's just a look at what my webpage looks like. I try to color coordinate the titles with the pictures, if you guys can't tell. Um, Here's a little look at that. And then going into this right here. All right, so going into my cart, right now it's not customized to anyone's name, as you can see, because we're not logged in yet. Um, but it does display the invoice, or yeah, the invoice is going to display the name of my product and the description, the price of the product and the quantity that they order, as well as the total price. And on the carts page, I also have the shipping fees, which for my products, because they're higher end products, if it's less than $500, it's $15 in shipping. Less than $1,000 is $30 in shipping, and anything greater than $1,000 is 10% of its subtotal. So let's try to purchase this item. When that happens, it's going to take us to the registration page. All right, so the registration page for my website is relatively simple. It just requires that you enter in the name, email, a username, a password, and the confirmation password. And then once you do that, you can either click register, which will register you as a new user, or you can click I already have an account, at which point you would sign in and access your information. I'm just going to sign in with the ITN 352 and create our username and password. And then that would take us back to our shopping cart right here. And as you can see, as soon as we log in, we have more personalized information, including this title right here that says the username's shopping cart, as well as up here in our navigation bar, we have personalized information that says logged in as username and the cart, the amount of items inside of the cart. Also on my cart page, I have the subtotal, tax, shipping, and grand total as we've done in class before. Sorry, I also have included a log out feature. When it's an unsuccessful logout, all you have to do is click on the logout again, and it'll log you out successfully. And there will be a message prompting you to let you know whether it was successful or not. And say you do want to log back in, all you have to do is click on this link right there, and it'll bring you back into the login page. So going into my products page, what I tried to do for my assignment 4 this time was create one PHP file instead of a bunch of PHP files like in my assignment 3. So that's why I started with my products page first. You can also see in my code that my image has changed. I put a /images to represent the images file because all my images are now in one file. So yeah, these are just all my products right here and my product arrays. And then here I renamed them and put them all into the all products array. And then from there, these are all just how I displayed my products and use sessions to figure out if the user had anything in the cart or if they're logged in and stuff like that. You can look at some of my pages themselves. Their accessories, bongs, bowls, they're all pretty much the same thing. They just have the include nav bar as well as the products keys accessories and the select product. To add a little bit more of a nicer look to my project, in my index, which is my homepage, I added in the moving GIFs, and to do these, I used a marquee behavior. This was relatively easy to figure out. All you have to do is put in which direction you want the GIF to scroll, um, and as well as what kind of behavior you want it to do, and the scroll amount, which is basically just how fast that it is going to go through the screen. And then you just have to look up GIF online. I used Giphy.com, which is a pretty common GIF website, and then you can adjust the height and width right there. And from that, as you can see, it looks pretty cool, just moving across my screen. So another thing that I worked on in my assignment 4 was the navigation bar. Um, I believe in my assignment 3, I had to input my nav bar into each one of my files because I wasn't sure how to create my one navigation bar. Um, Therefore, that was another thing that I had to work on in my assignment 4. And as you can see here, this is just a simple navigation bar. Over here, I've included fonts from online, and these connect to my style sheet. I've also changed the colors of each button on the nav bar so that it looks aesthetically pleasing. And I also use cookies in this file. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've made a lot of improvements on my assignment 4 from my assignment 3, including making it more aesthetically pleasing. The UI design has definitely improved with my products all on one page. I've also worked on my tables. As you can tell, my tables look a lot nicer and cleaner than in smartphone products. I've included my login and a logout button on my assignment 4, and I have made it. I also implemented my database right here. As you can see, it says open database successfully. And when you look at my file right here, here is my database functions file, which is pretty much just the example that we used in class. And yeah, that's pretty much it.